Picture this. You suddenly wake up in the sea, drowning. You don't even know how you got here, when did you get here, or how you got here. Until you see it, a beam of light asking for you to search what it is. You look up and you see it's Socrates in my literal TikTok comment section. Now, whoever posted this comment on my TikTok, I have to personally thank you and say this was the literal greatest anime slash manga recommendation I've ever seen in my life. Now, I'm basically just gonna be yapping about it on this YT video because of how good this manga actually was for me, especially in just one chapter. If you don't know Goodnight Pun, it's created by Ino Asano, and the main character being Pun. Okay, now the manga of Goodnight Pun basically starts with Pun basically talking about him being depressed and how he kinda had a crush on this girl named Mio. Now, as you can see by the panel, she isn't really conventionally attractive, but you know, this is the first page and it kind of shocking. And then like the second page, we basically, you know, get a, you know, let's not question that, right? But we basically get her kind of bullying another student and Pun basically saying he kind of likes her, which I personally find is kind of odd, right? And like she basically tells him it's a secret between me and him, and you know Pun's kind of kind of likes that. And then like him and his classmates are just talking about you know sex, and like while they're talking about that, Pumun's kind of shocked about it, and I'm wondering why a group of high school students are talking about. I mean, personally, I'm also in high school, but like, guys, this is pretty random if you ask me, right? And then like the third page, we kind of see a girl being introduced, which is very important, and this really made the chapter memorable for me because I haven't read the rest of the manga, obviously. I've read the first chapter of Goodnight Pun, but like seeing by it, I can tell she's gonna play an insane role. And now, Pun basically, realizes he kind of likes her, and the teacher kind of talks about them having an assignment, but Pun doesn't care about that at all. Now, other people are walking home, it's kind of home time, and now she basically sees Pun kind of behind her and asks her why is he following her. Now obviously she'll probably call the cops on him because that's pretty weird, your classmate following you home. I'd also be pretty freaked out about that. And they basically kind of chat a little bit, saying they walk home together. Now with them having to walk home together, they kind of have like a little chat talking about stuff, and now he drops her home. Now dropping her home, we see these people outside a window, and this manga really is pretty weird and questions a lot of things about manga in general, like especially how Gonai Pum is dead and mom look exactly like it. Like I'm not surprised, right? But it's pretty weird. Now in this page, which is also extremely important, the dad basically like yash out about like him not getting enough beer to drink during a baseball match. Now with that having happening, it kind of has that parents both shouting, and Gudan Pum Pum goes up to his room asking God a bunch of questions and wondering, what is his true purpose in life, right? Now he calls upon God, and bang, that's God right there. Hashtag the creator, but in a manga fight panel. Yeah. Now he basically just has a short conversation with God about like, what he should do about in life, and how what he should actually do with his purpose and stuff. And then like he talks about, that he wants to become a scientist and become really smart for his classmate, which he also kind of stalked in a way. And like when I saw this, I'm like, wow, this is really realistic and inspirational, right? And seeing that like basically at the like near the end of the manga, right, we see Pum Pum's dad get injured and kinda, I don't wanna say dead, but I think Pum Pum's mom kinda killed him, and like Pum Pum doesn't believe that it was a robber and that she murdered him. Now seeing this as the last page of the manga, seeing him just there walking alone with a lot of negative space in the manga page is pretty sad to see, knowing how this manga has a lot of weird and questionable things which I'm gonna have to continue reading the manga to obviously find out. But yeah, that's basically my review on Goodnight Pun. And to the commenter which recommended to me, thank you, I enjoyed this. I'm for sure gonna read more chapters, and I'm gonna do a lot of other things. I'm gonna show you guys my TikTok. You can check my TikTok out. You can comment about recommendations of manga I should read for another YouTube video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.